Welcome to today's episode. We are going to be diving nose first into the world of Breathe essential oil.
If you've ever found yourself craving a breath of fresh air, this episode might just be for you.
We're here to clear things up and explore how a few drops can make a world of difference when it comes to breathing easy.
So let's get into it. So we're going to talk about the PIP.
Yes.
Product information page.
Product information page. And everyone has access to this. That's why we refer to it a lot. So I just want to start with the PIP. doTERRA Breathe Respiratory Blend. I think the name is fantastic. Breathe is a remarkable blend of essential oils, including laurel leaf, peppermint, eucalyptus, melaleuca, lemon, cardamom, Ravintsara.
Ravensara.
Oh, I say it wrong every time.
Yeah.
Ravintsara and also Ravensara. So there's two differences there, and I think we should talk about it with sourcing.
Yeah, we're going to talk to the sourcing team about it. So we'll dive kind of into the difference between those two.
Breathe maintains feelings of clear airways and easy breathing while minimizing the effects of seasonal threats.
Amen.
So this is a big one
Amen.
that should be in every home. And I just wanted to quickly talk about how my family uses Breathe all the time.
Sure.
It's a big daily oil for us. And so we do the human inhaler where you put drops in your hand and you cup it over your face. There's also another way to do human inhaler where you just keep your hand flat and you cup your hand around it. Here, hold on. You put your hand flat, do drops, and you actually turn your hand into an inhaler so you can breathe it in really strongly. And then we rub it on our chest. We also put it around our nose so it's just going in, and we diffuse it. Are you guys using Breathe?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. My wife swears by Breathe. Even before I started working at doTERRA, she's like, okay, when you start working there, you need to get Breathe. She uses it every night before she goes to bed. Sometimes you just need to clear the airways.
Yeah.
Breathe does that. It's so powerful.
I say we go learn about it from our expert, Scott. What do you think?
Let's do it. All right. So now we're going to go talk to Scott Johnson, who is kind of our expert at research. I mean, this guy knows so much about essential oils.
Yeah, I'm excited to ask him a few questions.
Yeah, we're going to kind of ask him some of the, what's in Breathe, what are some of the chemical constituents, and hopefully he should be able to give us kind of a good idea, a little bit more insight than we can give.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Hello again. Excited to get into Breathe. We're talking Breathe today.
Mm-hmm.
So first, before we start discussing the oil, tell us, I know you've already introduced yourself, but in case this is someone's first episode, tell us who you are and what you do here.
Yeah, so my name's Scott Johnson, and I am the Director of Claims Substantiation Research. And people really don't understand what that means, but that just means I direct a team of scientists that we get into the research and do two things. One, we do research prior to product development to help guide ingredient selection and the formulation of products. But two, we also, once a product is developed and we've determined what claims we want to make on that product, then we create a document that substantiates and validates all those claims with the research that's been published.
Amazing. So you validate everything. That's from start to finish. That's very cool. So we're discussing Breathe today. Tell us your just overall thoughts on Breathe essential oil and maybe the benefits that are included in it.
Yeah, Breathe is an important oil that I think that all households should have because if you breathe, you need Breathe, right?
That's such a good tagline.
And who doesn't breathe?
Yeah.
I mean, breathing is such a cornerstone of our health. Breathe is a combination of a lot of essential oils that have been used in traditional systems to help support breathing. And so that's why that combination or that blend is put together and available to us.
It's amazing. Well, and it kind of indicates, right, in the respiratory blend. Obviously, there's quite a few essential oils in this blend.
Right.
So give us, obviously probably can't cover them all. There's too much to cover. But give us some of the chemical constituents or some of the important parts of this blend that kind of makes up and just makes it so effective.
Yeah, it contains some of the constituents that have also been really well researched. When you look at the chemistry of Breathe, because of the essential oils it contains, the number one constituent is 1,8-cineol, which is also known as eucalyptol. So it has two different names. That is the number one thing. And second is limonene. So limonene is something that we'll recognize from citrus fruits, and it's also found in frankincense and some other wood oils. It's a common constituent. But then those are the two biggest ones, but then we have moderate levels of 4-terpineol and menthone and menthol. And so you'll think 4-terpineol, that's tea tree, that comes from there. And then the menthone and the menthol, that's peppermint. That's peppermint contributing to those. And those are all important constituents, but especially the menthol and the 1,8-cineol, because you'll recognize eucalyptus or 1,8-cineol and menthol are used in creams and lotions and things that might be applied to the body. Those are obviously important constituents there. But you can look at limonene too. There was a meta-analysis that was done on limonene. One last thing that I'd mention just on when you're talking the constituents, menthol. Everybody knows when you put that on your body, you feel cooling effect, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
That's because the menthol in peppermint interacts with receptors on our cells that are sensitive to cold. And so by doing that, by that interaction, it just causes that cold sensation on your arm or your knee or where your back, wherever you've applied it. But we can also have that same sensation in our respiratory tract. And a lot of people don't think about that, but you have those same cold receptors in your respiratory tract. And so menthol can interact with those and cause a little bit of a cooling sensation there as well. And when it does so is actually that you feel like you have clearer breathing or easier breathing because of it. So that's kind of the constituents that are found within this blend.
Interesting, yeah, and I know, right when I smell it, it kind of hits you.
Yeah.
And so you're saying that's the 1,8-cineol and the menthol that's doing that.
Yeah, primarily the menthol. 1,8-cineol can interact with certain temperature-sensitive receptors as well. Yeah. But menthol is by far the strongest doing that.
Jeez, and that's found in peppermint, right? That's
Yep.
like a really strong. Okay,
it is. Yeah, it's kind of when you inhale it, you can just feel that cooling right up your nasal passages, and it just kind of makes everything feel open, and yeah, it's great because it's an immediate thing that you feel.
Yeah, very immediate for sure.
So tell us how you are using Breathe in your everyday life.
Well, one of my favorite things is to diffuse it and diffuse it at night. And the reason I like to diffuse it at night is because the constituents in it, particularly that 1,8-cineol, have been shown in research to help support a relaxing or calm environment. Well, that's great for sleeping, but at the same time, you're inhaling all of these great constituents. And so I like to say that it can help promote more ordered breathing while you're sleeping as well. And so you kind of get those both benefits of, having that environment where you feel like you can relax better, but as you sleep, you're inhaling these constituents that are also interacting with our respiratory tract. The other thing is, of course, you can apply this topically. Now, dilution is just a best practice. So you dilute the oil and you'd apply it. One of the most common places is right here on the chest area. And that's because you're going to inhale all those constituents as they flash off of your body and go up into the air, because essential oils have volatile aromatic compounds. And so they will flash off and go into the air, and you'll inhale that. So that's another way that you can do it. In a pinch, you can inhale it directly from the bottle too. But another great way is to do what's called palm diffusing. And so palm diffusing is really simple. I mean, you take the bottle here, and we're going to put a drop or two in our palm. And then you rub it together, and then you just cup your hands over your nose and mouth. And you're going to inhale, and you're feeling that cold receptor right there in your nasal passage.
Wow.
I love it.
So that's palm diffusing, and that's a simple way to kind of get that in there. I try and do inhale for 4 seconds when I'm having time, inhale for 4 seconds, hold my breath for 4 seconds, and then exhale for longer than that 4 seconds, and continually do that. It kind of just resets your body as you breathe that in like that and follow that ordered breathing pattern.
I love how it lingers too.
I know.
It's like one sniff and it stays for 10, 20 seconds.
Yep.
That's amazing. When you're putting it in a diffuser, let's get really specific. How many drops are you usually putting? Like, really down to the basics.
Well, it depends on the size of your diffuser, right?
Okay, yeah.
If you're going to have a large diffuser that has a lot of water in it, which we have some diffusers like that, or we have smaller diffusers that don't have as much water. I usually tell people, put about 1 to 3 drops or 1 to 2 drops, somewhere in that range per about 100 milliliters of water that you're using. And so that customizes it to the size of your diffuser.
Geez, that's awesome.
I know you need it.
I know, I do need it. Yeah, every night. It'd make me, that'd be awesome. Well, good. Well, we appreciate your time. Honestly, your knowledge is so helpful in all of this. And is there any other little tidbits or little secrets that would be good to know about Breathe? Anything else?
Especially for newer users, newer oil
people
users.
I've never used it.
Yeah, I would just say use it and experience it for yourself, because then you get to see the benefits, and that kind of cements the science that we've just shared about is your own personal experience with it. You can start really simply with just that palm diffusing and experience it that way, and then go further with the diffusing or the topical application when that's needed. But we're getting into the time of year where you're going to need some, and this is a great product to have already on hand waiting for you if you need that.
Agreed. Thank you so much for sharing all your knowledge. And it's so easy to understand when you talk. I feel like I could sit here for an hour and just listen to everything you're saying to us. So thank you so much. We appreciate it.
You bet. Thanks.
Yeah, thanks, Scott.
Sorry, everyone on the stairs.
There's
Okay.
a big
Tell us your thoughts.
It smells good.
It smells good?
They're fresh.
Oh, that's
I
good.
like it.
Tell us your thoughts as you breathe it in. I feel like I can taste it.
If brushing your teeth had to happen with your nose, that's what it would feel like.
Is this the new brushing your teeth? Is that what we're saying? Well, thanks so much, you
Have
guys.
so much fun on your
Yeah,
tour,
enjoy the
you
rest of
guys.
the tour.
Hi, we're so excited. We get to meet with our expert today, Crista. Tell us who you are and what your role is here at doTERRA.
Yeah, my name is Crista Orozco. I am the manager for our co-impact sourcing program.
Fantastic. And we're so excited to kind of pick her brain about Breathe essential oil. We had some questions in our opener and when we were discussing it, like the PIP and just all the information. Share with us maybe your favorite oil that's within the Breathe. We've already been discussing all the oils that make up Breathe. Do you have a favorite oil in there?
Ooh, I have a personal preference for cardamom.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's this has been spoken about a lot on this.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like people secretly love cardamom and
Yeah.
it's not talked about.
It's like a little secret hero, I feel like. But also because I've been able to visit our sourcing areas for cardamom in Honduras and Guatemala. And I feel like that story just really stuck with me. And so now whenever I use it or smell it, I just think of everything going on behind the scenes too.
Share, so for everyone who has no idea about our sourcing, share with us your experience.
Yeah, so I was able to visit a lot of our sourcing partners' network of small scale farmers in Honduras and in Guatemala. And so what they do actually is they train these farmers better agricultural practices, how to take better care of the earth. And then they have a really great one-on-one relationship with these farmers to ensure like better business practices and to better treat the farmers that they're working with.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And
it
you
is
got to
really
go and
cool.
like tour and everything. Have you been down there?
Yeah,
my
So I was
gosh.
there for about a week and a half, driving through like up in the mountains, and they would take us on hikes up their fields. I mean, these people, they're laboring in the fields every day, and then they carry down the cardamom pods like on their back through rivers and everything. It's amazing. And so it was really humbling to try to follow them. I think I still have a
Oh no, oh
on
no.
my arm from falling.
Oh my god.
And like it's just crazy how steep the sides are, but that's exactly how cardamom likes to grow. But it's really cool too because our sourcing partner is working with them to actually include like it's called like shade grown cardamom, like shade grown coffee. So you integrate other higher trees for shade, but also it helps with soil retention and it's really good for the environment. So it was just cool to be in that whole environment and see everything. It's a gorgeous area.
I would love that experience. And just to hear that it's like kind of treacherous from the whole experience.
feels like it, yeah.
And they're doing it every day for us to like have this, I don't know, that's really cool to have this experience.
It's a labor of love for sure.
That's amazing. Will you share with us a sourcing maybe story or background with eucalyptus. That's a big one in Breathe.
Yeah, we love our sources for eucalyptus. So specifically in Breathe, we use Eucalyptus globulus, which is from Rwanda. And we're really excited about that partnership because in the last few years, our sourcing partner there has really taken to heart wanting to give back to their community. And so we've actually been able to partner with them through Healing Hands donations to improve toddler schools there. And we have a huge network there through our sourcing partner also of small scale farmers for Eucalyptus globulus. So it's really cool because some of our other eucalyptus, like in our eucalyptus single, for example, comes from, you may have heard, like Australia, South Africa. But we have a really cool opportunity with Breathe to specifically support our sourcing partner in their network in Rwanda.
I love hearing that it's so much bigger than the oil.
Yeah.
So much bigger than, not that there's anything wrong with just a farm, but the farm, it's just bigger and we get to participate in that.
Yeah. I feel like Breathe is such a powerhouse product, and then you get to know the sourcing story behind it, and it just adds even more like motivation for why we purchase these types of high quality products. Because it's not only the product that you get to use, but you know that it's benefiting communities in these different areas. And Breathe has so many good ingredients that are doing that all over the world.
I love that. I also love that hearing from the sourcing team. It just feels like there's so much heart and intention in everything that we do rather than just producing and pumping out products.
Yeah,
you know?
we have really close relationships with our sourcing partners, especially for every ingredient in Cardamom. Like, I know the faces and names of every single sourcing partner behind it. And it's just amazing because I feel so proud knowing all the work that they put in to have really amazing supply chains full of people who are benefiting from us purchasing and using this product.
Okay, we were discussing Ravintsara and Ravensara. I might be saying it wrong. Will you share with us your experience or knowledge or anything on that?
Yeah, so both of them actually come from Madagascar. Ravintsara, without a T, that one's actually wild harvested in the forest of Madagascar, and they collect the leaves for it. And then Ravintsara with a T is cultivated and wild harvested. So it's a mixture of both sourcing options, but we get both from our sourcing partner in Madagascar.
Wonderful. Thank you. How are you using Breathe essential oil in your life?
Yeah, well, especially in this season, I have it like on my bedside table right now. I'm ready to go. I love the new little stick. I actually take it with me everywhere. It is so nice. Yeah, I put it in my travel bag when I'm traveling for work. Like, it's just so convenient. And then, yeah, actually me and my husband, we both love Breathe. So we just use it all the time when we're feeling the need to get a little more air. And
no, that's fantastic. I love you bringing just the backstory of it all, giving it a little bit more real life and behind the scenes. I think that's so helpful. I loved interviewing you.
Well,
we're going to have to get you again because this has been fun.
Well, I'm happy to. Yeah, I'm just grateful that we get the opportunity to know a little bit more behind the product. We love the product for its uses, but it's really cool to know the impact that you have as you're using it around the world. So thanks for listening in.
Thank you so much for sharing with us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Thank you for listening. That is the episode on Breathe Essential Oil. We hope that you've learned something from this. Please drop a comment below. Let us know your thoughts, how you're using it, what you're doing with it, and how it's helping you.
And until next time, inhale positivity and embrace every moment. We'll see you next time.